And now let's talk about tank, guys. We're gonna show the main tanks, the most interesting ones. I'm not gonna show every single one of them, but the most interesting ones that I think are coming, right? Starting with the Tiger 2 with the new model. So as you can see right here, amazing, amazing new model. Even if we pick some of the different skins over here, like this one that I love. Is it ready? I think there is a part missing. Downloads. I don't like this one too much, but this one I love. For some reason, it's not downloading fully, but it looks just amazing, right? So yeah, very cool model. It looks pretty interesting, and these patterns are very weird. Oh, these are the new. Oh, okay, not the new ones, but ones that I never saw before, probably. But yeah, guys, very cool model. It looks pretty amazing. There is a little thing that apparently the SLA, which is the other Tiger, right, will be with a different like engine compartment basically for now, and then later it will actually be changed because it has a different engine, right? So, but yeah, the models are pretty amazing. It looks pretty cool, and yeah, the King Tiger is a little bit more interesting now. Now we go for Russia because Russia has two vehicles that I really wanted to show to you guys. The first one, of course, being the T-34 Taram. This is obviously the T-34 that it's stabilized, right? Something that not a lot of people may care about, but I think it's pretty cool because this system was pretty advanced at the time. It was more akin to the later systems of stabilizers and not really like the Sherman one. So it's a little bit more advanced, but they only built like one or two or something. So yeah, it was pretty heavy, pretty problematic to use and stuff, to install and stuff. But overall, it is a pretty interesting thing. So how it will work is pretty much the same as the Sherman in the game. So it is stabilized, as you see. If I accelerate, if I go backwards, the round, the cannon is still stabilized, right? And of course, if I start to go over a bigger bump, of course, or if I go pretty fast, it will not stabilize anymore. But once I start or stop, or if I just, drive slowly, it will be stabilized. Something, of course, that you have to remember, it is only one plane. So, of course, if you turn the tank itself, it will not maintain where you were looking, okay? So, yeah, pretty cool, guys. It is something that will help the Soviets to be a little bit more competitive with this T-34. So very interesting. Not that it needs to be more competitive, but yeah, 6.0. And the only thing that really changes over here is this part of the armor over here. Okay, so very interesting, but yeah. And then we have the BTR-82AT. There is a BTR-82A in the files as well, but it's not added yet. But basically, these guys, it is the evolution of the BTR-80A, right? Of course, it is a pretty interesting tank already, the 80A. But this one, it's even more interesting. So, of course, it is modernized on the regards of having more armor, especially spaced armor, basically the grill armor, and some plates of spaced armor on the sides over here against RPGs and stuff like that, of course. Even on the turret itself over here, it is pretty interesting because it does have spall liners as well over here that will help a little bit of protection. So it's not going to be armored, right? But from time to time, it will make sure that you take a little bit more of a punch and doesn't die. The cannon, of course, it is the same good old 30mm with APDS. You can uninstall the extra armor, which is pretty interesting. See? Very interesting. And let's maintain it like this because it looks a little bit sleeker. And then we have the the 133, which is a pretty amazing missile. It's not fire and forget, but it is 1,200 millimeters of penetration with Tandem charge. So it is one of the best ATGMs that we have in the game. Of course, not fire and forget. Some of the others that we're going to show later are fire and forget. But yeah, very cool tank. And yeah, very good zoom, as you see. Doesn't he have thermals? I thought he had thermals, but he doesn't. So, of course, the gun, normal gun. And then, of course, you have the good old ATGM which is pretty fast, pretty amazing. It's been riding, of course. So, yeah. And it is still, I mean, it might be a little bit heavier, but it does have a little bit more power. So it should maintain more or less the same maneuverability, the same agility as other tanks. So one thing that you have to know is that apparently for now at least we cannot use the optical system on the missile itself. So it means that although, for example, in a place like this, you are able to, you know, even look with just the ATGM, you cannot launch it, right? So yeah, pretty interesting, but yeah, it's gonna be one of the most interesting tanks in the update, especially because it has this amazing missile that you only have 3 of, and you cannot reload with one of those packages in the battlefield. So yeah, and the gun very, very good, right? Another one that it's pretty interesting, it is the Oplot for Pakistan. So we are gonna have an Oplot for Pakistan over here. Let me just do this. Sorry about that. But yeah, pretty much for now, a lot of people are complaining about this actually, that it is for now the same as the Thai one in the Japanese Tech Tree. But yeah, for now it is the same. So maybe it will be changed, I don't know, but pretty much the same. So the gun, same ammunition, everything, you know, the armor, everything is pretty much the same as it was before. Even the modifications here are pretty much the same. The good part is that it is a squadron vehicle, which is it's very good, right? So pretty cool. And they're adding so many squadron vehicles that, I mean, I'm getting behind the line over here. I'm not researching enough. And then the last tank that I really wanted to show, I'm gonna pass over the other ones, but the last one that I really, really wanted to show is this thing, man. This thing is gonna be pretty interesting. Let me just research everything that I need over here. Hold up. So this is the Jaguar, okay? And it is a pretty interesting vehicle. You do basically have IFV over here, but it is a very deadly one, okay? So it doesn't have a lot of armor, obviously, you know, almost no armor. I mean, this is the structure still, but you're gonna see that, I mean, 10 millimeters, 6, 15, like it doesn't have a lot of armor, okay? It does have some spall liners and stuff, but nothing too major over here, okay? And overall, guys, it is going to be a fast vehicle that can flank and do some real damage from the sides of the battlefield, or remain as a scout vehicle together with the MBT. So it's a pretty interesting vehicle. It has some very cool features. The first one is, of course, the speed. It goes up to 90 kilometers per hour. We're going to show that later. It is pretty amazing on that. The second feature that I like very much is that this is CTC cannon, right? So it has the 40 millimeter APF SDS, which is amazing. Then we have the ahead round sharpnel, anti-personnel, anti-everything almost, right? Then we have the HE with time fuse and a normal HE as well, right? So some pretty interesting rounds for a 40 millimeter shot. But then we have this, the Acheron MP, which is 1,000 millimeters of penetration, thundering charge, fire and forget IR guided missile. Very dangerous missile that can do some real damage to MBTs. You can only take 2 of them, and it is kind of sad sometimes, but in an overall sense, it is pretty interesting. So thermals only on the gunner for now. You can remove or add this LED armor as you see over here. And yeah, let's test drive this thing because it is pretty insane, I must say. I like the, I mean, I always hated this type of vehicle, light vehicles that are made to flank. I like MBTs, right? But at the end of the day, guys, like, it is interesting. And researching again and playing with tanks again, it makes you wonder what types of strategies you can use with something like this. You have 4-wheel steering, although it is a 6-wheeled vehicle, which is pretty interesting, right? And then, of course, you have the good old cannon. With a pretty substantial amount of, fire rate, right? If you go to a weak spot, let's see if I can penetrate this. You can sometimes, eh? So depending on the tank that you fight against, you can kill it. Let's try to kill like this. We have thermals, of course, very modern thermals. Yeah, see? I mean, look at that. It's not like he cannot, like, he can hit some pretty interesting targets, man. And, of course, you have the sharpener round, which is for more lightly armored vehicles. Let's see if we can even penetrate these. I don't think it can. For some reason, it's not... Ooh, not firing? I did something wrong here. Oh, no, it's because of the... Let me wait. Hold up. There you go. Oh, yeah. It needs to be individually loaded on the ready rack, which is pretty insane. I just now realized that. So, anyway, it is a sharp nail shell that doesn't have a lot of potential in normal vehicles, but it can be used as well. This is the ahead shell, right? Let me actually try to use it against the target. I don't think this thing can actually be used. Oh, no, it can. See? It can penetrate a little bit. So for lightly armored vehicles, these... Oh, no, this is... Sorry. That was the normal one. Let's see against an aircraft such as this. For a helicopter, it might be better. So yeah, the HE might be better. I don't know. Let's see there. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Maybe for a very lightly armored vehicle. See, it's doing damage, but it's just better to use the other one. We're gonna check it out, the fuse it later. And then you have the, of course, the, you know, amazing ATGM. That will kill basically everything, right? I mean, unless it's a Russian tank, apparently. Let's see, flying. A very fast missile. Very similar to the Spike. Come on. But yeah, you get the point, right? Amazing missile, but you cannot reload it and you only have 2 of them. So only in a, like, battle. Like a capture base, right? But it is pretty fast, which is pretty interesting. The main gun will be always the main way to kill targets, especially from the sides. Very fast firing, of course. Let me check one thing. Now I'm not able to fire so much. That is weird. What happened before then? That is very weird. So I don't know if it's ready or not. Probably not. We have thermals for the commander. Look at the speed on this thing, man. It is a pretty fast vehicle, so very good for getting to places where you need to go very quickly, right? And another thing is that it has a 360-degree grenade launcher kind of capacity over here. So, see, it can fire like grenades, smoke grenades from all sides so that you are all protected, which is pretty interesting. And it has a pretty good reverse speed as well. So this is probably my favorite vehicle of the update for now. There will be more, of course, but in the terms of tanks, right? But this one is probably my favorite just because it is... The cannon is amazing. I just think that it is a little bit bugged, the way that it is, the autocannon there. So let's wait and see. But in an overall sense, maybe not bugged, but I don't know. It's just that it is going to take a while for you to reload every single time you use it, right? So you have to be careful. Let's try it out just one more thing on this tank, which is the HEVT, right? Which is a pretty interesting round. Let's get some of them. This one, actually. And let's see what we can do with this. If we can kill an aircraft or something, it might need to be a little bit like standing still, but doesn't matter. So it needs to be directly. There we go. It's not doing much, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, I must say, right? But it's still pretty interesting. Let me try to lock this up. Come on. Oh my god. See? So you can kill targets, as you see. It can be used as an AA system, which is very nice. So it's just a little bit finicky to use as an AA, but very cool vehicle, guys. And then we have the other ones. I'm not gonna get too much into it. The video is already long. I already posted 2,000 videos today, but yeah, of course, we do have the new C13T tow under armor vehicle, which is basically the M901, but with a new chassis. We have the M113 HVMS, which is the new vehicle here under the above the Giraffe, 7.7 as you see. Very interesting. It has the 60mm auto, which is an amazing Italian gun, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, just that's kind of it. One last thing. Where is it? The Jaguar is 11.7. So it's not that high of a BR. I think it will be very much playable. Okay, guys? So these are it for the tanks. There will be more other little things. Like, for example, I'm going to show to you guys that now you can remove the Tusk upgrade on your tank with the SEP V2. For example, here. So you can do this, which is interesting, right? I wouldn't know why would you do that. Tusk helps a little bit. I mean, but it's 3,000 tons. So, yeah. And then, of course, the mine protection as well that you can remove. Making it be... I mean, the mine protection I understand you removing because it's 1,360 kilograms. But the Tusk, I mean, I think it's advisable for you to use. Hopefully they remove these parts as well, right? So, yeah. But I will be showing these little things in another video. So, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye, guys. See ya.